Law 20. Do not commit to anyone. Obviously, Robert Greene's talking about never get married. No, it's. I guarantee you I'm going to get a comment about that, and it's just going to make my day when I read some mouth breather that says, oh, but I want to get married. Like, shut up, okay? What this law is about is we often piggyback on people. We often rely on others, and we think that's a mutual relationship, and we think that we always have to have the same person's back. But oftentimes in strategy, it will benefit you more to partner with people that you previously didn't have relationships with. Like, you always want to partner with the person that offers you the best deal. You don't want to go with the person that you have the history with. Like, it may benefit in the future if you continue to foster that relationship, but we also have to understand that when we commit to somebody, if that person's going down, we're going down too. So we need to ensure that we can protect ourselves from this. And this is not to say that there's not a value in risking it all to go all in and double down on this partnership. But if this person is making bad decisions, dump them. And it's frustrating because I feel like we have this false sense of loyalty. We have this sense that, you know what, I got to help everybody else out. I got to do this. I got to do that. And the perspective from this book is that you always have to make the best decision for yourself. Like Machiavelli said, the state before anything, the state before you looking like a tyrant, the state before your morals, before your religion. Like, it's always in your best interest to not pick sides, to not commit fully onto one side or the other. And when you can do this fence sitting, that's when you can get the most opportunities. That's when you can be the most useful. If you've seen Game of Thrones, look at Littlefinger. Littlefinger basically screwed over every single buddy, but he was able to basically maneuver his way around and gain power because he never took a side. He always helped out people that were in his best interest. And I'm not saying to go out and burn bridges, but I'm saying that you need to understand that people aren't as loyal as you think they are. People aren't having your back as much as you have theirs. And if it benefits you more to not pick sides, you might as well do it, because we live in a cutthroat world. People lose jobs every day. Businesses go under every single day. People lose their houses. People lose their mortgage. If it means that you protect your own family first, and that's the only way out, it's a tough question, but that might be the decision that you have to make. And these laws aren't simple things, and these laws aren't there's no good and bad in this world. There's just the gray area and what we are willing to accept and what we are willing to justify in our own minds. And once we understand the world as a not a hot and cold, but as a lukewarm, like, we need to understand that at a certain point we have to make hard decisions, and at a certain point the decision might be to screw over the person that's been by your side, that you've helped out, that they have helped you out. But if it's in your best interest and you don't want to go down with a sinking ship, you might have to switch sides. And it's just, I'm not saying to do it necessarily. Like, all of these laws are things that you don't have to necessarily follow, but being aware of them will help you understand how to deal with other people, help you understand others' motivations. And it's an interesting perspective to take, because when you start thinking out these things, like, look, I would never betray a friend. I would never betray people that had my back in the past. But a business, I might do it. A partnership, I might do it. Somebody I barely know, I might make the decision that's in my best interest. And we need to start weighing these options, and we need to start understanding that it's not all light and dark in this world. There's gray, and we need to be able to maneuver these situations to protect ourselves as much as possible. And every once in a while, we have to make a hard decision. And if you can be like Switzerland and stay neutral, that might be the best path for the current thing you're dealing with. So take this into mind. It's not one you necessarily have to follow. None of these you have to follow, but it's just an interesting perspective to start thinking through and start understanding that it may not be the best decision to stay loyal. And this might be something that vehemently you disagree with. I disagree with myself a little bit, but I could see where Robert Greene is coming from, and I could see scenarios where I might be swayed to make the decision to, back out on a previous promise I made. But again, these are moral issues that we can't really we can't really weigh out because, you know, we're not in the situation, but when the situation arises, just understand because it honestly, I'm like perplexed right now because I don't know how to say what I'm trying to say. So I'm literally just gonna edit here. If you want to check out this book, it is a thought-provoking book. It is something that I constantly come back to and I constantly learn things from. And it's interesting to think through the strategy of Robert Greene through, I mean, he cites the Machiavelli all the time. He cites all these great rulers. And I'm somebody that's not very politically savvy. I'm somebody that wears their heart on their sleeve. And it's not easy for me to read these things and want to apply them, but I have to grasp the concepts and I have to understand them and I have to, you know, take a step back and look at my life and look at the decisions I could have made that could have gotten me to a higher place had I been more politically just my instincts were more politically driven and I wasn't just fuck you, you don't like my friend, I don't like you either. Like it's interesting. So hopefully if you made it this far, if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that. Like the video. Thank you so much. I will catch you in the next one.